Okay, welcome students. Now today I'll be discussing application of integral. So this is not hard chapter, okay, but the thing you have to understand the concept. Actually in integration already we have discussed many things. Now just little applications, okay. So it's not hard. If you have known integration properly, this won't trouble you a lot, okay. So here the important concept I'm going to discuss it first. Now circles. Now for equation of circle, as you have learned in class 11, that this is the equation of circle. X minus h square plus y minus k square equal to r square. You know that this h and k is your center of the circle. So this is your h, this is your k. Okay, so suppose I give a question here. Suppose x square plus y square equal to 3 square. This means what? What is your here the center? The center is what here? 0 comma 0, and your radius is equal to 3. I hope you got it. Now still if you don't get it, see here, because in place of x what we'll be writing? X minus 0 square plus y minus 0 square equal to r square. Isn't it? It is of this form. Okay, just compare it, you'll come to get. Now as you know that here there was no we know that here h is 0, okay, and here our k is 0, so that's why this both are same. So you have to understand it how to get the center here. Now center is your 0 comma 0 and radius is your 3. You should understand it by looking itself. Okay, so I hope you got this part. Okay, now remember the circle equation. According to this you go on. Okay, now next part is parabola. So there are 4 types of parabola, okay, different kinds of parabola. So now first one is parabola 1, rightward parabola, you can call it rightward parabola. Now see here, rightward means towards the right. You have this, a parabola towards the right, okay, touching the y-axis, okay. Next thing, remember this point is known as the focus, or we call focus, or we call it fixed point. Okay, now here the values, suppose this is the radius is given to be a comma 0. Okay, you understand, because this is your x-axis. So x-axis I have written it a, this is known. But what about y-axis? Y-axis is 0, so that's why we are talking about this part. So that's why it is a comma 0. Okay, this is the focus or fixed point. Now next thing you should know the latus rectum. Latus rectum is your this line, okay, from here to here, which is equally divided. Now equally divided means what? That this area and this area are equally divided, like a symmetry. Symmetry means I divided this line into equal parts. So this part and this part are equal. Okay, this part and this part are equal. So I hope we got it. Now this latus rectum is equal to 4a. Okay, and one more thing here you keep in mind here. Now equation for rightward parabola is represented by y square equal to 4ax. Okay, now remember 4ax is your latus rectum and x means according to x. So keep in mind very. Now y means it is just touching the y-axis. Now if it touches the x-axis, it becomes here, it will change to x square. Okay, and here will be 4ay. So just this you keep in mind. Now this video you try to watch it 1 to 2 times. Okay, I'll be uploading in YouTube, even in YouTube, so that you can watch it later. Okay, but even if you concentrate now, it's enough. Okay, but for your practice more and more, if you watch it, so that you can understand better here. Okay, so because I'm going very slow, because I want your concept to be clear here. So I hope you got all this point here. Now exactly this. Now leftward parabola, if you check it, see here, towards the left we are drawing. This is your focus. Okay, and this will be your what? Minus a comma 0, because here all are negative. Okay, here all are negative here. That's why minus a comma 0, and this is your again same thing. Okay, now here it will change. The parabola will be y square equal to minus 4ax. Keep in mind minus 4ax, very important, minus 4ax, since it is in the negative. Remember again, I'm saying it is just touching the y-axis. okay, crosses the y-axis. That's why we are taking y here. Okay, if it touches the x-axis, we'll take x. Okay, this I'm repeating again so that it will get stuck in your mind. Okay, so I hope you got it till here. Okay, let's move to next. Next is your parabola 3. This is known as upward parabola. Now as I told you, upward parabola, this is just touching the x-axis. If it touches the x-axis, you'll write here what? X square equal to 4ay. I hope you are getting the logic here. Now this is your what? Isn't it y-axis? So your x-axis is 0, okay? And your y is, it's showing some value. So that is your a. Okay, now again for parabola 4, downward parabola, again same thing. This is your y touching the x-axis, so again I'll write x, but towards the downward, so negative a 4ay. So this thing you keep in mind. Okay, it just touches. If it just touches, we'll take it here x, and the other here y will come. If here y is there, x will come, vice versa. So this is the logic to remember. I used to remember in this way. So you try to make simple way so that you make your own way also sometime to remember the formula, so that you don't get confused here. Okay, when you see the parabola, if you see the parabola like here, it's touching here, you should understand that this is your y, it's touching the y, so I'll take y square equal to 4ax. Just write it fast. You should understand it directly. Okay, if it is here, then y square equal to minus 4x, if it is here, and so on. Okay, so this is downward parabola, this was upward parabola. So I hope you got it till here. Now let's talk about ellipse. Now here ellipse, you'll understand better by when we solve the question. Now but still you can check here, ellipse, again same thing. This is of this form. Okay, it means the maximum we are talking about here, the maximum part is on the x-axis. Okay, and the minimum part is on the y-axis here. So this is covering the longest length here, from here to here, and from here to here you see the shortest length. So this is your ellipse. Now here one thing you keep in mind, x-axis is the major part. As I told you, this is the major part, this is minor. Okay, you can just by looking you can understand that this is longer than this, so this becomes your major, this becomes your minor. Okay, and the values are same only, this is just a representation. Okay, now focus is represented minus ae, just take an ae. Okay, focus ae again here, because here you know that it is x-axis, right? This is your x-axis, so we'll talk about x, y will be 0. Again this is your x-axis, so negative, we talk about this. So this is focus. Now this is your b, just I've taken b here, 0 comma b, this will be 0 comma minus b. Okay, I hope you are getting here. I don't have to say it again and again, because you can understand here, because this is your y-axis line, right? Y-axis line, so we are talking about y value, x-axis is 0 here. Okay, and so on. So here see here, your a is what here, minus a, and here it is your plus a. Okay, now one thing you keep in mind here, the equation for ellipse is given by, in this way, see here, x square by a square plus y square by b square equal to 1. Now one thing, it will depend on the okay, let me show you one more ellipse so that you don't get confused. Now another ellipse is this one, Now one thing, this y-axis is the major part. Okay, again same thing, this is your what, 0 comma b, 0 comma minus b, 0 a comma 0, and minus a comma this. Okay, now next thing, again the equation is same, just the case is what, a square is less than b square. It will just change. Okay, a square is less than b square, and in previous it was what, a square is greater than b square. Now this you'll understand better when we'll solve question. Okay, so main thing you try to understand is the point. Okay, try to understand the point, what is the point out here. Okay, like this is your a comma 0, this is your minus a comma 0, this is what, 0 comma b. You should not get confused, why not b comma 0, because we are talking about y-axis. So y-axis, we are, x-axis will be 0, so we are talking about y-axis, so it is b I have taken. Okay, so I hope you got it till here. Let's discuss now question number 1. Now see here, concentrate properly here. See here, now those well, just some important concept, you can just remember it. Okay, And when you solve questions, you should understand it's here. Find the area of the region bounded by the curve y square equal to x and the line x equal to 1, x equal to 4 and x axis. Okay, now here most important thing is that the key point, you try to find out the key point. So your key point is this, your line x equal to 1, x equal to 4 and x axis. So these are the key point, you write it down. See, I have written it here. Okay, same thing from here, I've just written it. X square y square equal to x, x square x equal to 1, x equal to 4 and x axis. Now here one thing you should understand, like as I told you, what I told you that time, if you have parabola, to find a parabola, this is a which parabola? This is just touching the y. So this will be what? Y square equal to 4ax, isn't it? So you should understand the how you'll draw the parabola. Parabola will be in on this side. Okay, on this side. So first thing you draw it on this side. Okay, first thing you just draw it on this side. Fine. So this is your what? Isn't it? Y square equal to, it's not 4ax, doesn't matter, but something. Okay, it's related to y square equal to something. Okay, so parabola will be of this kind. So don't be worried that there is no 4a or this. Don't be worried about that. Just think your y square is there, so it will be parabola. Will first thing you draw the diagram out here. Next, what you have to do, x is 1. So suppose x is 1, you know how to draw x is 1. Okay, in graph when you draw it, your x1 is this, so you draw a line out here. Okay, x is 4. Okay, x is 4, so you draw it here. Now one thing you keep in mind here, it is talking about x-axis. So this is your x-axis, and always remember you take the upper portion, not the down portion. Okay, x-axis means this portion, the upper portion. Okay, so remember this axis is the upper portion. Now see the area, what is the area covering? Now yes, you know that this is your 1, okay, from here to here, and 4 is what? From here to here. Okay, you remember this is rejected. Okay, always the positive wise you have to take the upward. Okay, for the x-axis it will be upward, not the down one here. So we are getting this whole area, we have to calculate it. If we can calculate this, this will be our answer. Okay, now here see, x-axis means above x-axis. Okay, above x-axis. So this is the rule which you have to remember. Now next is your, see here, very important here, required area integration from 1 to 4 is the range. Okay, from 1 to 4, so that's why I have taken 1 to 4. But how this has come, this root of x, that you have to think here. Now how I got it here, now one thing you keep in mind, if you find the area for this all according to x-axis, see below this area, according to this line, remember very important, according to this line, try to listen carefully here, according to this line I'm saying, not according to this line, this y-axis, I'm talking according to x-axis. So if according to x-axis, what you have to do, you have to take out the value of y. Got it? According to x-axis, so what you'll do, you'll take out the value of y. Now see here, what is you have y square equal to x. Okay, so what you'll get it, y is equal to root of x. So I hope you got it. Now this is your value which you have to find it out. Okay, now if it was suppose according to this one, then what you have to take out, you have to take out the value for x according to this. So according to this, you will take out the value for y. Okay, I hope you got it. So this will be your root x. So why we took out the value of y equal to root x. Again I'm saying, listen it carefully here. Now this is your x-axis line. Okay, this is your x-axis line, and we have to find this according to x-axis in this, because this part is not touching the y-axis. So this is just according to the x-axis line. So if it is according to x-axis line, okay, so what you'll do, you'll take out the value of y, whatever is the value of y. Okay, here y, you'll put it here. Fine. After this is very simple. So you know how to integrate this, already we have discussed. So this will be your x 1 by 2 dx. So if I integrate x 1 by 2, this will 1 to 4, and you solve it, you'll come to get the answer. So answer will be 14 by 3 square unit. Okay, I hope you got it here. Still, if you have doubt, you can bring this paper and ask me. Okay, individually you can come and ask me, you don't have to worry. Okay, now here find the area of the region bounded by y square equal to c. Y square you saw. Now that thing should come in your mind that the diagram looks something like this. Got it? So keep in mind this one. So these are the key points given to you. Okay, now here y square equal to 9x, x equal to 2, x equal to 4, and x axis again here. Okay, x axis is the clue. Now in the first quadrant, no, you understand only this is your first quadrant. Here exactly it is mentioned the first quadrant. So in previous question you might get confused that why we have taken above, not the below. Okay, because x-axis means you might think that this whole thing coming. And always remember, whenever x-axis come, you have to take above. Okay, that is the rule, above. You cannot take below, keep in mind. So these are the clue points, we got it. So this question is much easier than previous one. Okay, but same thing, you should not get confused. Okay, here again I'm saying here, okay, again I'm repeating here. Now here x-axis is mentioned, means in the positive. Okay, we'll take it in the upward, above x-axis, keep in mind. Okay, now here, see here. Okay, fine. So these are the key points which I have written it. Now you know the parabola looks something like this. Okay, why it is? Because of x square, it looks something like this. Now next, what you have, x equal to 2. See, this is your 2, you draw a line. X equal to 4, you draw a line. Remember, this is your parabola. Okay, parabola diagram, y square equal to this one. Now next thing, you know that what I'm saying here, that we need to find this area according to this. So isn't it, you have to take out the value of y. So if you take out the value of y, y will be equal to what? Root over 9x. So what you can have, y equal to 3 root x, isn't it? So this is the value which you have to put in the integration. Okay, now here you have from 2 to 4. See here, from 2 to 4. Now 2 to 4, you know the required area is 2 to 4, and you take out the value of y, you put it here, you will come to get the answer. Okay, I hope you got it here. Okay, okay, next question, question number 3. Okay, find the area of the region bounded by the x square. Now x square comes, you understood, right? It will be upward, because x square means what? It is just touching the x-axis and going. So this is your parabola. Okay, and your key point is given to you, y equal to 2, y equal to 4, and y-axis, and in the first quadrant. So you should understand first quadrant means this whole area. So I have drawn it, the diagram. This is the first quadrant. Okay, now here what is the clue here? First thing, this is your parabola. Okay, now y equal to 2, isn't it? This is your y line. Y equal to 2, y equal to 4, isn't it? You get this. Now what I'm saying here, now what, y equal to 2, this is your 2, this is your 4, 2 and 4. Now one thing you know, that now see, we are going according to this. Okay, now see, the diagram looks something like this. Means we are talking about this area. Okay, this area, it is touching the y-axis. So if it is touching the y-axis, okay, according to me, I follow this way. Okay, there are many way, different teachers in different order. So this is touching this one. So if it was touching this one, what we did, we took out the value for y, isn't it? Now if it is touching this one, we'll take out the value for x, just that, and we'll integrate with respect to dy. Like in the previous question, we integrate with respect to dx. So now here x square is there. So if I take out x square, so it will be, isn't it, 2 root y. Okay, so everything is same here. Required 2 to 4, 2 root y according to dy. Okay, remember, when we go according to this y-axis, it will be according to dy. When we go according to x-axis, it will be according to dx. Okay, so again, this is very simple. Integration is very simple. Okay, already you have done. Okay, so I don't have to teach you again this all. The main thing is understanding this concept, the region, the area region, which you have to find it out. So okay, I hope you got it here. Don't ever get confused, okay, between this. Again, I'm saying, if it was according to this, downwards. So what we did, we take out the value for y equal to, in something x we get, so we differentiate with respect to x. If it is this, okay, touching the y-axis, so it is again in the what you'll do, you'll take out the value for x and you'll put it, so you'll integrate with respect to y-axis.